Good morning. Just like to welcome all the shareholders and like to introduce our quarterly report for the end of December 2024. It was an extremely exciting quarter for us, and just would like to give you a couple of highlights. In terms of activity on site, the most exciting thing for all of us has been the progress that we physically made on site in construction. The bulk earthworks contract has really progressed well, is currently on schedule, and a couple of key things were achieved during the quarter. I think the most significant being the completion of the construction water storage dam, which has allowed us to have continuity of construction during a period where we've actually seen two stoppages in water supply by NamWater. And by having the water on site has allowed us to actually continue with construction. And over and above that is the blasting work around the primary crusher has also progressed really well. Really importantly for us there is the blasts have gone off. We've been in contact with all the local communities, and all of them have been very happy with the fact that the blast haven't affected them. So all in all, a really positive showing by the construction team on site, and I'm really happy to visit site because every time I go there, things are changing and progress is very, very, very visible. This is the temporary ore construction power. You can call it one or the other, but effectively what it is, it's the power that we require for construction once we get into the concrete and structural steel erection. What's really pleasing is we placed that late in the year in 2024, and we've already started with the erection of the overhead power lines, and we're ahead of schedule on this particular contract. So we will definitely have construction power on site by the time we require it for the concrete contractor. In this quarter as well, we've seen quite a few developments around our senior management team and board members. And on the management side, we're really, really pleased to have Matt Horgan join us. He's really an experienced mining guy, experienced in Africa and experienced in the phase of the project that we're going through. In terms of his fit, he really is going to add some value to us. But over and above that, we've also had two new board members join us. Bruce McFadden, who is a really experienced mining executive. Bruce has worked on the operational sides on mining projects, has been a CEO, but is also currently a board member of other mining companies, both Australian and African experience, which really talks to what we're doing. And as a mining engineer, it's going to bring big value to the team from a technical and project perspective. Steve Gooding is joining us as a non-executive director. Her experience really comes from the CFO side of the business. Is also holds various board positions and is well experienced across more than mining. I think she brings a different view. It's not just mining focused, brings extremely good experience on the financing, and once again is really good for where we stand in our route at the moment, because we're going into finalising the financing, and she has really good experience around this. Financing has progressed quite nicely in the quarter. We are following a strategic financing process, but at the same time, we're also pursuing normal traditional debt. And all of these have continued during the quarter, and we've seen an increased interest from various parties, and these confidential conversations continue. Obviously, the final financing solution needs to be the optimal solution for the company. And because we have money in the bank, we have the luxury of being able to assess these different options to make sure we come up with the ultimate solution. At the end of the quarter, we had a really positive cash balance. So we still got 81 million in the bank. The most pleasing thing about this is we've made commitments in terms of construction moving forward, but those commitments have already been made. So a large portion of that 81 million effectively is cash for a runway that allows us the time to effectively analyze the various solutions around funding. Strong liquidity position that we find ourselves in really supports our stated intent of being patient when it comes to funding and financing, but being prepared when it comes to construction. With that money in the bank, we're still following a gated approach in terms of additional spend that we would put into the project, and that's in terms of potentially additional contracts, and being patient, basically waiting for the uranium market to effectively respond to what we believe it will do in the future, which will then allow us to optimize the funding for the project. So what does 2025 bring for Bannerman Energy? I really think that this is the year that we will be seen to be moving into full-blown construction. At the moment, we're busy with initial early works, but we're continuing in the background to prepare to start with the concrete work and the structural steel work. The design is progressing really, really well, and we believe the uranium markets will be moving, and therefore it will allow us to find the optimal solution for funding